nice yesterday and early today. It was windy. I like that.
Yeah, the weather was great. The weather is very cold.
Weather is perfect here in the Philippines.
Yes, it is. Good evening. Welcome to Bubba and like that.
The Philippines.
The Filipinas show.
Excellent. We hope everybody is doing great
Hello.
today.
Yeah, I feel
Yep.
great.
We feel really good because of the weather. It's mixed cold and it's sunny,
I
as
wouldn't say
calls
cold,
for.
but although I actually got chilly last week for a night and I had to turn off the fan.
Because of the wow.
Yeah. I'm like,
Yeah, we don't
wow,
use
I'm
the fan
actually chilly.
anymore. There are a lot of windows in my room.
I was just open
So
the windows.
it's as good as fan or the air conditioning unit.
Yeah, it's
Open the
nice.
windows and hope no one goes inside the room.
Probably wait for a bird to come in or a butterfly.
Oh,
So,
I need to send you ladies the YouTube link, don't I?
No, because we're
mm,
already subscribed.
Okay, so you able to see the chat?
Mm-hmm.
not yet.
Okay, sending it to you now.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Alrighty. Okay. Okay, let's
okay.
go.
So, so what's interesting this week in the Philippines? I was reading about Benham Rise,
So,
and
what do you think?
of course, the Chinese are claiming it, like
Of
they try to do
course.
everything
Claim
else.
everything.
Yeah. They gather all the natural resources.
Yeah.
I have to be impartial
Watch
about it.
out.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing about China. They're going to have to do better than a 50,000 ton soup can aircraft carrier with the ski slope. I am sorry, but a 25-year-old American aircraft carrier could toast it easily.
Mm-hmm.
Really? So I should call all the vessels of the Americans. Help us.
Easily. Easily. A Nimitz class carries 69 planes. A Chinese Liaoning class carries 36. And they
Well,
can't carry as
sorry
many
about that.
weapons. They can't carry as many gas, as much gas because of the ski slope. So, which means they can't stay out nearly as long. And China, I'm sorry, just because you got a lot of people, big deal. That just means a few more bullets. Oh well.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing: in the U.S. military, if I'm not mistaken, somebody could correct me on this.
Mm-hmm.
I think night vision is standard issue. Night vision goggles. Okay, the U.S. spends $18,000 per soldier to arm him, clothe him, gear, everything. China spends about $1,500, and half of that is his AK-47, which is a Chinese ripoff, and it's not. They're not very reliable, from what I heard, as opposed to the old, as opposed to the Russian and East German and East European models, reliable. So I'm surprised Popeye isn't on.
Oo nga, we're waiting for him. Pro- Probably. Yes.
Popeye the
Well,
Sailor Man.
he's
Where are you,
ex-military.
Popeye?
He's ex
Spinach.
yeah, the spinach can. He actually served on a U.S. aircraft carrier, the Enterprise,
Mm-hmm.
which is an older one, but he could tell you what's on them and everything else. He I believe he did anti missile defense. I think, but I'm not positive. Don't quote me.
Okay.
So I do
Well, just
not
like you
know.
said, Baba, I remembered around maybe 3 episodes ago, you said that the technology of the United States is around 5 decades in advance.
It's well, aircraft carrier wise, at least as far as takeoff,
Mm-hmm.
2 generations ahead.
Okay, sorry. Two
Mhm.
generations ahead.
Actually, if you don't
Yeah.
care, let me
Mm-hmm.
throw out a link to Dave because Dave is retired military.
Oh.
Okay. Let's see if it goes on the show. Well, this this claim of territory has been in the news for the recent days. Um, since we haven't been really up to date with the Philippine news, we had to search on it that China has always shown interest on a lot of the territories on the South China Sea, on the east side of the Philippines. So, this Benham rice, they said it's located in the Philippines' eastern border, but
Mm-hmm.
apparently it is around 200 nautical miles from the uh, continental shelf. So when country is claiming for its territory, it has to be around ilan yun?
12 miles. 12
12
nautical
miles.
miles.
12 nautical
Yeah,
miles.
yeah. The U.S.
Basically, huh?
Go ahead. The U.S. recognizes a 12-mile limit because they do what's called freedom of navigation exercises, and
Okay.
they'll take ships as close to the
Well done.
Spratly to uh,
Hmm?
fiery cross key as possible. And the Chinese, of course, they start warning them, but the U.S. says, we're just exercising freedom of navigation, but Chinese can't do
Hmm?
anything about it.
Okay.
So, because otherwise, those man made islands will become coral reefs.
Mm-hmm. Actually, this is what they say as sovereign part within the 12 nautical miles and sovereignty on Benham, right? So that's what the Chinese has been explaining and trying to use as a case so that they can explore the part of the Benham rice because they see the Philippines has explored, diba, the area, and there are a lot of natural gas,
Natural gas, natural metals, natural
Oil.
resources, everything that
everything that will make them millionaires.
Yeah.
Technically,
it's all
so
there.
anything that will help them in their manufacturing. So probably
Mm.
everyone will have an interest.
Its seabed is very rich in natural resources, and this Banham rice is a 13 million hectare territory. It has a lot of history on how it was formed, but the basic information is that it is it is a source of all the resources that you need for manufacturing and everything.
Okay.
It
And
is
we have
also it could also be a source of natural gas. Okay, anyway, Baba, what were you saying?
Dave is here. Quintung Baloo.
Dave?
What?
Whoa,
How you
very
feeling,
big
man?
voice.
Deep voice.
Hello there.
Big voice.
Or
Hello?
slightly
So,
terrified. Hello.
we were just talking about China, of course, is claiming Venom Rise like they do everything else. And I was just talking about naval wise how they're one aircraft carrier. Well, okay, two aircraft carriers are soup cans. They're 2 generations behind in takeoff technology. And
Okay.
also, I was reading that I figured Dave would be perfect to bring on. That the U.S. spends like $18,000 per soldier on average, I guess, on his equipment, his standard issue equipment, and all that stuff.
Hmm.
China spends $1,500, of which half of that is cheap Chinese knockoff AK-47.
Well, I think the Chinese AK-47 is preeminent in the world. I mean, who am I to argue with that?
Well, yeah, I don't know how reliable it is. If it's as reliable or more reliable than the Russian version or East German version or whatever. But
I would say it's been copied so many times it's hard to tell.
yeah, it's a good point. Um, in the U.S. military, is night vision standard issue?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, that's what I thought. Because I told the ladies that, if I'm not mistaken, night vision is standard issue, whereas in the Chinese military, you probably have to be in some elite unit or something like that to even get night vision.
Yeah, I would imagine.
So, they're extremely overmatched. To say the, I'm like, they got manpower, but big deal. That just means a few more bullets have to be fired. Oh well. Were you sleeping, bro? You're awfully quiet.
No, not
No, no,
not
Or you're
not.
just listening, we're trying to
trying to learn from
understand
you guys.
Oh my god.
Because as such, we don't know anything about
about
those.
vessels, about the yeah,
Anything
just
else?
trying to learn.
Okay, let me ask you, Dave. Did it change Royal a lot as far as when you first went in, what equipment you were issued, and then when you retired?
Well, I mean, of course, I wasn't issued a dog like you were. I can hear the dog. No, seriously. I mean, you think about it. We're talking about 2.5 decades worth of stuff. I mean, there's an evolution in equipment. There's an evolution in war fighting. There's an evolution in the way we train. Yeah, of course.
Yes, and you say anything you want, just don't offend anybody.
Basic
Mm,
rule.
Oh,
who would
well,
I
I,
offend?
I would imagine you'd have to ask Dave that he's a military guy. I'm sure it changed drastically. Well, now who was president when you went in? Was it Clinton
No. It was George Bush.
Senior?
Yeah, senior.
Okay, let's. Okay, so you went in. You went in right before or during the Gulf War, the first Gulf War.
That is
Mhm.
correct, sir.
Okay, I got you. Okay, yeah, as we're talking about Benham Rice, how China's trying to claim it, like they try to claim everything else. And I was telling them that we conduct freedom of navigation exercises, and they always go within, I guess, 12 miles of Fiery Cross Reef, and they even do plane flyovers, surveillance plane flyovers, and you can pull up a video on YouTube and watch one. And the Chinese, of course, is warning them that, this is our airspace. And of course, the U.S. says back, we are exercising our freedom of navigation, freedom of the air, or whatever. And I want to kill that fucking dog. But
That would definitely get you views.
it would, especially if I got it on video. Man, would that get me views?
No,
Get me kicked off YouTube.
don't get it on video. Just get the soundbite.
Yes, yes. Sound bites are always good. But and the U.S. always says we're exercising, blah 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 blah. And of course, I was telling you, the Chinese never do nothing. They just talk but don't do anything. China is a bully, big time. But it's kind of funny because they don't really bully the Vietnamese,
Hmm?
because the Vietnamese has stood up to them before. In '78, I believe, China invaded Vietnam and they only got, I think, 6 or 12 miles in. And then the Vietnamese stopped them dead in their tracks. So they're fighters. I got to give that to the little people.
But the
Vietnamese
We're
aren't very
also
big people.
size regardless, the Chinese only know how to fight the Chinese. It's that simple.
Do you know how to fight the Chinese?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yes, ma'am, that is correct.
Well,
Okay.
who is China
how
fought against? Nobody really.
Well, I mean,
how
they fought their oppressors back in the 1900s. They fought the Japanese. They
True.
fought the Japanese off of the continent several times, but they only know really truly how to fight the Chinese.
Wow. First time that I heard that there's a way to fight the Chinese.
Yeah,
Because
me too, actually. But it makes
they
sense
have
because
a superpower in the past, and a lot of countries are afraid of them because they control a lot of things in the world. So, hmm, something new today.
well,
It's interesting that we're talking about the Chinese. There's a lot of strings attached to Chinese infrastructure in Africa right now, and the Chinese are trying to pony up all this stuff. So I believe there's a country there that has a Chinese highway or railway. I can't remember right now because you guys caught me halfway asleep.
oh, sorry, man.
No, no problem. And the Chinese are calling in the debt. And this has happened in Venezuela and many other places in the world. The Chinese push their soft power out, but then they try to reclaim it because economically they're a paper tiger. I mean, let's face it, they manipulate their currency.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of sad. And what they've done is they've overexerted themselves. So it'll be interesting to see what the Chinese are capable of doing worldwide when they're claiming or collecting on these people in these poor countries. We're not talking about Western Europe. We're not talking about Germany building highways in Greece, and we're not. You know, they can obviously handle the loan there. We're talking about African countries that were influenced by the Chinese. Anyway, like I said, I'm only half awake, so it'll be interesting to hear what you have to say.
So, Ken, what can you say? Go, go. So, I think they say that usually there in the Philippines, um, they have the pass of navigation here in the country. So, what I read is that the vessel should only pass for a few hours just to go around. But what the Chinese has been doing is that they stay there for about 3 to 4 days. So that's why a lot of people are reacting to the joint exploration supposedly of the Philippines and the Chinese government because 3 to 4 days is a lot. So they can do a lot of things that probably beyond the knowledge of the Filipinos. So can't really say what their intentions in our country. But with that vast amount of minerals and natural gas, I'm pretty sure they have something behind their mind. So
Not to mention
that
mining
much.
natural resources away, establishing dredging and stuff like that. I mean,
Mhm.
there are plenty of things they could do. They're nefarious for these kind of
Yeah.
things. It's not anything new with the Chinese. This is the way they've operated since the 50s.
mm,
That's the way. So that's how they rise up to power in the world. Well, they say that the natural gas that is embedded or within the Benham rice can power up the whole country and provide the electricity and energy needed. So that's pretty much a lot, and a lot of money can be generated for that. So probably that's the reason that's why they're very interested in getting up that Benham rice. So a joint exploration may be a cover to a more or further
Exploitation.
agenda. I can't say exploitation, but yeah. So further agendas that we cannot know or control in the future. Hmm. So probably this is a bad idea for the country to have a joint.
Well, in closing, I'll say exploitation because
Yeah.
they've exploited the Western world completely. They are ripping mineral resources out from around the world. They are not following
Any
the
rules. Yeah.
yeah. Please.
Yeah, they're not respecting any rules of law or international rulings and conventions, especially that's the one preceded or given by the United Nations. So
I think they're a little bit going underground because um they're mentioning this as like a research or exploration project here in the eastern part of the Philippines, but actually they've done this before. I've recently read a news that it happened with the Scarborough Shoal. They kind of passed it as like a research, but apparently a lot of the vessels are harvesting natural resources. Those corals that takes 50 years to form, and now they're trying to gather everything and then sell it elsewhere. So that does not only mention those coral reefs, but also those natural gases that they're trying to extract out of those.
Both, and that's a fundamental problem because you need those reefs to protect the islands, right?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
well, exploitation at its best.
And it has a lot of issues concerning this claim of territory because technically the Philippines has the sovereign rights, and any other country can explore this as they have the right to conduct certain activities such as those fishery research, surveys of water salinity, anything concerning the improvement of um, certain industries such as fishery. But when it comes to exploitation of natural resources, that has a lot of question because if the Chinese vessels are just looking for passages, it those vessels should not have been there for a long time. So some branches of the Philippines might agree as long as there are Filipinos on board, or there is the right to what do you call this? The right to access for the research and the findings.
The Chinese are in the 19th century industrial revolution right now. I mean, let's face it, and they jump between the 19th and the 21st century.
Yep.
They're eating up resources that the world needs, and they're
Double
back
time.
talking right, and they're back talking the rest of the world, and at the same time, they're polluters. I mean, horrible polluters.
Oh God, they're killing our own people.
Well, they're
The
not only are they killing their own people, but they're killing. I
the
mean, how many tens of thousands of endangered species in their own country, which we may never see?
I agree. Uh-huh.
Well, I figured you did, huh? So,
Yep.
yeah. So this is problematic.
mhm. Yeah.
This is the way of the modern world. As long as we apologize for the Chinese juggernaut going ahead with this kind of stuff, this is going to happen. This is the way of the world. They don't care. They don't give a shit.
Mhm.
All they care about is China, and they don't care about anybody but the Han Chinese either. By the way,
So how do you think, how can we control, or is there any way? Probably, do you have idea? If the international law, like the UN law, cannot control what they're doing, so then who probably will have this chance to stand against them?
and
Interfere.
yes, exactly. That's a valid question, and thank you. I think that we need to ignore the UN. The UN's garbage. It's a paper tiger as well, and we need to. I
Really?
really believe that. I really believe that. I mean, my country funds it. My taxes go to that place. So I think that we need to rely on the United States at this point in time as the leader of the world, and we need to realize
Mhm.
that China's a joke. It really is, and we're only permitting them to act this way,
Hmm?
to behave badly. That's my thoughts.
I think
Isn't Trump is also friends with China?
Friends, that's a
Because
very,
No, I don't
very
necessarily think he's.
vast description.
Yeah, I
I
think it's
just
Y-
see some
that's true.
news that they're talking with China, Russia, the Philippines. I'm just asking, so I'm not
No,
familiar.
no, that's fine. I think that's a valid question. I think that that's been going on for
Mhm.
decades now. I mean, we've had trade agreements with China for 20, 25 years. So you look at what's going on in the Philippines right now. There's rumors of babies being poisoned by lead paint from China.
Lead papers in China. But
Okay.
I haven't seen that news. But what I knew is that there are a lot of products sent here in the Philippines that are either fake or poisonous, especially the um small toys or a lot of fake materials that are made from substandard materials that are.
Well, let's not deny it because a lot of the manufacturing companies exist in China because of the cheap labor and everything. A lot of the countries also benefit from it, but I think that there is a lack of rule or regulation or a governing body that strictly regulates those parts of the world that does not should not be allowed to be exploited and used for those purposes. And with the age, with our age and our era right now where we exist, it's the age of industrialization and manufacturing. But I think parts of the world has to be preserved. This is where these problems come because technically this part of the Philippines be should be left alone.
Where are
There
we?
should be
We're not hearing Bubba on all of this.
Oh, well, I'm just listening to you guys. It's cool. Um, yeah, I agree with what Rajni just said. The Chinese dump all the inferior and garbage products in the Philippines that they can't sell
That's
anywhere else. Well, because
also the
look,
cause.
I bought I don't know how many headsets, and I've spent anywhere from a couple thousand pesos to 100 pesos, and the 100 peso ones last just as long as the 2,000 peso ones. So it's crap.
You know. Well, they say that God made the world and everything is made in China. So there's nothing that we can. There's nothing. It's the joke of all time. So
We like to say God created man. Samuel Colt made them equal.
Well, yeah. Because wherever you go, everything is made on China. So if you want to buy something, it's made in China. Even the Nike shoes,
Mm,
it's US material but factory made in China. So well,
the cheap labor they
Yeah,
provide.
I don't understand why they can't make more stuff here. I really don't.
yeah, that's
Mm-mm.
also the thing that I cannot understand.
Ano lang.
Cheap labor. Why you cannot make it here in the Philippines?
I mean, tennis shoes
Well,
aren't that difficult
probably
to
the
make.
labor law here is more strict than China. Because here there are a lot of labor codes that people should work only 8 hours, 12 hours, and a limited area. But in China, I think there are a lot of factories and very big factories that can accommodate all the needs and of the manufacturer. So
Hindi ka nakakahilo ba?
I saw an article not too long ago too. It was talking about how China's not going to have any drinking water in like 20 years because
really,
it's so polluted.
There's a yeah,
I mean, the rivers are
s-
nasty.
but I could it could probably really happen or has already happened in certain parts of China.
I mean, the rivers are just disgusting. They're
There's no control over mass production
mm-mm.
because of the consumerism.
It's because the government too. The government there, they don't really care about they don't really care so much about the people like
Mm-hmm.
they portray that they
Yeah, and
do. They really don't.
there are no long term concept and considerations. Mm.
And they so what was it? They put when did was
Sorry,
what
what's
this
that?
year or two ago they were putting plastic in rice.
Hmm? Yeah, I've heard about it. No,
Tyler, right?
styrofoam on rice and uh cardboard
On
on
Shoppa
chopaw or like have you eaten chopaw?
bun. I forgot. Steam bun.
I don't even know.
Bun.
Steam.
I don't even know what that is.
And a lot of other horror stuff. Even
I'm
the fact that we also had uh we also benefit from the China's manufacturing, but it has gotten really uncontrolled.
China's
Ridiculous. Yeah.
China's a piece of work.
A lot of work.
What's
Probably
that?
never. It's not. It's a lot of work. China is a lot of work. A lot of
Mm,
country needs to work. One ton.
yeah, they're terrible.
Well, we don't like to generalize, but because of these, territorial disputes over the West Philippine Sea, we can't help but relate this to what's generally happening here.
I mean, they're
Baba,
just
are you awake? Oh, I can't hear the dog anymore, though.
yeah. I killed it. No, I'm just kidding. You didn't hear that big old yelp?
Huh?
Okay. So what else? Okay, besides China
Well, we
screwing everybody.
Yeah, I think China consumed our energy.
yeah, I had really negative opinions about it when we were talking about when Louis and I was talking about which topic to discuss tonight. So when she mentioned about this one, I really had Really negative comments about it.
Well, because this was a very big issue. It doesn't only affect the Philippines, but also other countries that have other natural resources that are exploited by the China. So by China, sorry. So probably it's a very big issue in a very small country that's also a mirror of what's happening in other parts of the world, like what
Mm-hmm.
they've said, like in Africa or India. So
Territorial complaint.
yeah, because it seems small, but in reality, it can power up the whole country if the proper resources are used by our country or utilized. So it looks like the Chinese are doing more work than us. So, well, gloomy day because of this stuff.
Well, the Chinese are just bigger bullies. That's all.
Yeah.
That's really all they are is bullies. But here's the thing: all they really have is manpower. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You
Very big
never
man.
know. Really.
In the grand scheme of things, technology and all that stuff,
I
they're
wonder what the
way
UN would
behind.
do about this one. Because
The
I
well,
don't think that I sorry. Okay.
go ahead.
Okay. So I wonder what the UN would do about this issue because I could not recall a resolution on the Scarborough Shoal. No. What was the
Well,
resolution?
Actually, there's still no resolution up until now. So they're
well,
still trying to fight.
Yeah, but I watched somewhere in the news, yeah, about uh the war on the on the what do you call this territory because the the Philippines uh military is so outdated. Ano yun yung Coast Guard vessels is so outdated, so we can't defend our shore.
yeah, well, now the Hague,
No.
the International Court in The Hague ruled that the Philippines has the right to other
Build
claims.
bases.
They backed them up, but China said they were going to ignore it, and of course, the International Tribunal really, again, it's a paper tiger. They have no power,
Yeah.
so any ruling they make, a country can choose to ignore it.
Yeah. And then the Chinese have been ignoring it.
Yeah.
So,
They just ignore it. They just do.
so I that's why I
They're
asked
mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead.
that's why I asked Dave. So what will be the possible resolution or anything that he thinks that might be a good solution to problem with China? And then it's very hard to answer that question.
What do you ladies think of it? To me, it almost seems like Duterte is really, really trying to buddy up to the Chinese.
What?
Mm.
Yes.
Actually, I don't have any opinions yet, but I'm not in favor for that, especially what happened here at Benham Rise. So there have been many attempts for proposal for explorations in the Benham Rise, but I don't understand why they agreed on China compared to other countries in the or other European countries that asked to have a joint exploration with that to the Benham Rise. So with that, I have questions in my mind. What will be the real agenda?
Because when was the Chinese people really pumped up to do research other than for their own benefit?
They're not.
I think um, there are since the legal considerations say that anyone any other country can explore, they did not directly say yes, or they did not directly say, okay, you can go and do research, and you can go and explore our natural resources. They just the Department of Foreign Affairs just granted there is a Filipino researcher or scientist on board to conduct the research with them. But but the Chinese people are adamant from from the very start to include a Filipino scientist in their team, because the China was only forced to collaborate for the sake of getting a permit. So, you know, given this given this behavior, it should be taken into consideration, and we should be worried because we're not given full access to the information. Well, mm, ano ba ba? Duterte.
How
Yeah.
about you, Baba? What's your stand being Duterte's relationship with China?
I think he's mortgaging the country's future.
Mm. Do you think it will it will favor the Philippines in the future?
No,
No,
Really?
for exploitations or bound to be exploited.
Because
pretty
because
much.
ano, at
Pretty
this point,
much.
because I think at this point in the Philippines economy, or in this point of our state, because of the Philippine state right now, needs to collaborate, because a lot of the infrastructures needs to be supplied by China.
Mm,
And that from where I'm coming from, that's what I think. But in the long run, because of a lot of the favors from China, Duterte, Mr. President Duterte,
Careful with your
kind
words. This is live.
kind of ano, parang na
like,
feels obliged, I guess.
no, this is what I think. What I think China does.
What? This
They'll
is
they'll they'll make these so-called loans, okay, and then when the Philippines can't repay those loans,
Mhm.
they will take.
Yeah.
They will help themselves to some of the natural resources or all of the natural resources.
Yeah. So
No, pwede.
so
Probably.
it's like
You
the
have a point.
Philippines is trying to digging a hole that yeah,
That there's
trying something for exchange.
yes, nothing's free.
Nothing comes free for the Chinese.
So
Exactly.
that,
Nothing comes
yeah,
free. Well, you
probably
ladies
that.
know that better than anybody. You have your own business. I'm
Mm.
sure nothing in it came free.
Of course. Sometimes I have a free treatment for a friend. So there are things that comes free. Right, Doc Ken?
Well, you could do each other's dental work. That's kind of
Yeah,
nice.
she did my dental surgery. Said I was the worst patient.
Like the worst patient ever. The one that will be your nightmare.
But I think I'm the best patient. The realistic patient.
Okay, yeah, I'm an
The
easy patient.
realistic patient.
As long as I don't feel pain, we're good.
Ah, as long as there's no pain. So anesthesia is the key. Plus one shot of whiskey.
If you got to shoot me up 4 or 5 times with Novocaine or whatever they use here to numb pain, I'm hey, by all means do it. So That's funny. But yeah. So I just don't see it ending well for the Philippines with China. I really don't. Um. So now, what else has been going on here? And not really a whole lot going on here. It seems. Hello.
Hello?
Okay. Everybody's so quiet. I'm like, God, I feel like I'm at a
Really
funeral.
comment
Some,
because
somebody giving a eulogy here.
Novocaine. Well, I'm just waiting for your comment eh. That's why well, really politics and China is very hard to talk about. Really? Am I right, Baba?
Yes, you are. China is very,
Yeah. It's
Chinese are
quite
not all that complicated. They're really not. They're basically going to take whatever they could take until, if they know they can bully you around, they're going to do it. If they know they can't, then they'll
that's the time
stop.
that that's the time that they will stop. So probably they need to find someone that can stood up stand up in front of them and say, "Stop." Can you
Yeah.
you think can US do that?
Oh, U.S. definitely can.
But why do you think US is not doing it yet?
I do not know. Well, I
Mm.
think part of it's because Duterte is really becoming buddy buddy with China, and the U.S. it does interfere in other countries' affairs. Don't get me wrong, but it's not as bad as other countries. I don't think.
Yeah, it's very hard to interfere with other countries' business unless uh they're directly involved. So let's see what will happen to the Chinese exploitation of the world.
Well, it's that, and also too the
Mm-hmm.
fact that Trump is concentrating more on U.S. domestic policy. He's concentrating and foreign policy wise, so he's concentrating more on North Korea, of course.
Yeah, North Korea. Do you think North Korea and China will have some partnership because or will have talks in between
Well,
them
they
among
already are. China's
yeah
is easily North Korea's biggest trade
trade partner right now?
and they also give a lot of aid and all that stuff to North Korea too. So, and I
Then
think
this will a very big
China,
problem in the future.
yeah, and I think China kind of uses North Korea to distract the rest of the world while they pull their little shenanigans.
They're the perfect team for
Yeah,
doomsday.
yeah. China found the perfect villain in Kim Il Sung and uh, Kim Jong Un.
Yeah, and then that's something that the whole world should work on too. Because I think the two countries will be the biggest villain of the world. Because North Korea, because of its nuclear power, is a very big threat to the whole world. So, hmm,
I
let's see.
think it's okay, like smoking ban. I think it's I think it's fine inside, but outside I think it's ridiculous.
Really,
There's so many other pollution issues here other than cigarette smoke. I'm sorry.
there's nothing you can do about that.
Oh, yeah.
No,
So
you cannot connect the internet.
well, yeah, they could fix the internet here. That could be more reliable, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uh, and you
Well,
can't really blame China for that.
your internet, for the internet provider in the Philippines, it's from China, but it seems that it cannot buy bandwidth or can run bandwidth here in the Philippines. That's why. Oh, what? So hopefully there's a benefit in the internet in the near future,
Hopefully, that would be nice. That would be definitely a step forward.
and I'll be happy for not having a crappy connection every time.
Yeah.
I'm always the victim. I always pay on time, and I always pay the same, but I don't always have the same internet connection every day. So disgusting.
It's not good.
Telephone market, Philippines. A lot
What?
of their carbon emission theatrics garbage.
Well,
Uh,
here's the thing too. It should be like in the U.S.
okay, I
Whatever,
like
whatever,
can connect.
whatever,
Wait,
whatever cell phone provider you have, you can call any other cell phone.
Ano mo?
wait.
Huwag mo i-mute.
Oh, ako man.
Hello?
Hello, what's going on?
Mm-mm.
Oh, saan na?
Nangyari, bes? Dun mo sa mic isaksak, hindi sa earphones.
Isa lang
Isa
yan.
lang yan.
Oo. Hello?
Hello. Okay, you're sharing a headset now.
Yeah, we're sharing the mic.
Okay.
Wait.
Can you
sound
hear us?
great. Oh, you sound great.
Oh, isang.
How about that?
Hindi natin maririnig.
Sound great.
There. Or just... Where's the microphone on your laptop?
Not hello?
Hello.
Bubba? Can you hear us?
Yes, yes.
Can you hear
I
us
hear you.
clearly?
Yes. Ask the audience.
Hello.
Can you hear the lady clearly?
Yep.
Loud and clear.
Yes. See.
So what are we
figured
now
that.
talking about?
Well, we were our usual bitching about China, but
Let's talk about China.
Let's move
and
on.
Let's move on.
internet, and we were talking about internet,
Yeah.
about how they really screw the people here in internet and cell phone service. Period. They screw people here. Like in the U.S., no matter what carrier I have, I could call another cell phone regardless of who their carrier is. Yeah,
Really?
and there's really no.
That's how fast your internet.
Wow.
Yeah, like if I have excuse me, like if I have T-Mobile,
Mm-hmm.
I could call an AT&T user. I could call a Sprint user. Doesn't matter. Because here it's like a criminal enterprise.
Takes a long time for you to have a good internet connection. Well, it also depends on what place you are in. So there are certain places that have a good internet connection. And there are places like our clinic spot. So it's very hard for us to connect and have a good connection in the internet.
And see, I don't get that too. You're right by Manila,
Mm-hmm.
which you should get good service there.
I think it depends on the cell sites, the quality of the wall.
Um, in
I
the
mean, the
thickness of the
thickness of the
wall.
wall.
Yeah, physics.
I don't know.
That's what my student said.
Or like the bandwidth,
Or
or
the
the,
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 the
the number of people trying to compete with you.
Okay, let me ask you this, Lou. You have a monthly cell phone service, right?
I'm in prepaid.
What's that?
I'm using prepaid. Not on. I'm not online.
Not using
No, I
prepaid.
mean as far as your phone, your
Mm-hmm.
cell phone, your service. Okay,
Yeah.
you prepaid. You
Yeah.
just buy a load whenever you need one.
Yeah. I usually register for promos that have internets
She's
that last for a month.
she's loading her phone and then registering to different promos in order for her to text or to call for unlimited number of texts or whatever.
Could you
We're
speak
not,
up, Ken, sweetheart?
huh?
Could you speak up?
Sorry, Baba, what?
Could you speak up or put the mic closer to your mouth, dear?
Hello.
Okay,
Better.
better.
Is that I have to put it next to my lips. Ouch. Really. Do we put it next to my teeth? Ow. Anyway, we're both using prepaid. So we're loading it and then registering it to promo, and then we can use it based on the promos inclusions like unlimited
Yeah,
number
I
of text, unlimited.
understand.
Yeah, I think you use that too. We don't we don't use super line.
Like I use,
Hmm?
I just do smart 200, 250 pesos, unlead text, and 180 minutes calls, and I think it's 300 MB for internet.
What
Oh,
network is that?
smart though.
Smart.
Smart Mega
Mm,
250.
Better.
250. I think I'm Globe, but I'm using 300 pesos. So I have 240 minutes call, 1 gig internet, and 1,000 text to all networks. I think that's pretty
What
good.
thousand text? I bet you go through them in what about 3 or 4 days?
Save money.
If texting were an Olympic sport, the Philippines would win hands down.
Yeah.
I cannot win that competition because I'm not good in texting.
What's funny in America, we don't really text; we just call
Yeah,
people.
you just call. We're
Really?
not easy. But what if the person that you're calling is unavailable to answer your call?
Well, then that's what voicemail's for. Or
Mm,
they'll text you back and say, "I'm busy. I'll
voice.
I'll call you. I'll call you back."
Okay.
I haven't tried the
Yeah.
voicemail.
Because here it's a lot,
Yeah, they
texting is
don't
a
even
lot
have
cheaper than
voicemail
call.
here. I don't think, do they? Well, it'd be another way for the phone company to screw you out of minutes too. So I can understand
Mm,
why
yeah.
people don't have it.
Because 1 minute is 8 pesos.
And that's a lot.
That's a lot.
8 pesos for a voicemail?
1 minute.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, there you
No,
have it.
that's not for voicemail. I'm not sure how much for voicemail, but for call in for different network call.
Well,
Let's say for example, you're smart and then you call the Globe.
you want to
That's
hear what my
only eight
you want to hear
pesos.
what my last plan was in America?
Mm-hmm.
I was paying $60 a month, unlimited minutes, unlimited text, and I got 5 gigabytes of data.
Wow.
Wow. I can be alive with that kind of promo.
Well,
I
it
see.
was
So
I every month I get the bill and I just pay it,
3,000.
no problem.
You don't have to
Yeah,
load.
No,
especially
there's
your
no
service
such thing as a load.
internet. Only the Philippines.
There are things that only in the Philippines.
Exist.
Yes,
True lang.
yeah, because I had all my students are Chinese, and even in China, it's kind of the same as the U.S. You
Mm.
have your
But
bill comes, you pay it every month.
they're restricted for certain sites only, right?
Yes, well, you can get a VPN.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple guys on YouTube in China. One's from South Africa and one's from America, and the one they have like three VPNs.
Oh,
So
okay.
if one doesn't work, the other one will, kind of, because that's how they upload their videos.
Oh,
And they also even do live chats,
pwede na.
like
Okay.
what we're doing, kind of a live stream from time to time.
Mm, okay.
So
Isn't it restricted to a lot of places there? Because in parts of the UAE, uh, they we can't video call.
yeah.
Viber is restricted. I think, yeah, I tried a lot of times to call my friends, but
Oh,
they're only. Mhm.
Dave would be the one to ask about that because Dave was over there too.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Dubai, I think.
Even in Dubai. I wonder why though. Because Dubai is an open country. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
For Facebook.
yeah.
Actually,
Even video calls in Facebook.
my brother told me about not allowing the video calls and use of Facebook is that because they have their own platform of applications that they want the um they want
Citizens.
the citizens to use and not the free ones or the one available in the market. So it's more about commercial and business. That's why they are prohibiting the use of video chat and other applications available. And they sell the applications that allows video chatting all around the world. So it should be available in the Philippines on their country.
Well, China, you can do voice chat and all that stuff. You just have to use QQ or Skype or WeChat, which is same 10,
WeChat.
10 cent. 10 cent owns QQ and WeChat, but WeChat is the more popular
Mm.
because I have both because that's how I use QQ for to have my classes, and I also have another application that I use too, where the company they record the class and it's video or not video. I really hate the video classes because see if I'm not doing the video classes, I could just lay down on my bed and do my class and relax. Good lazy man job. So 65 a month for internet in Australia, which is equal to 2,600 pesos a month for unlimited data. But yeah, in the US, you had unlimited internet, your internet plan,
Wow. How I wish our country will have that one.
and it was fast and reliable.
Unlike here, it's just fast in payment but not reliable in connection.
Louis and Ken,
Because
sweethearts, if you ever went to America and used that internet and the cell phone, you probably wouldn't want to come back here. Well, Ken, you got
yeah, that's
cousins
what
that
she
live over
said.
there.
Because a lot of the Philippines here have corporations who monopolize the internet connections. They're trying to manipulate. They we it is possible to have a faster connection and cheaper, but I think they have their own system of trade or something like that. So yep, there I've listened to one news that they're trying to build ano tawag doon? Mm,
Microchips.
what's that? Taiwan Strait? They're trying to improve the connection here in the Philippines, but it will be started and then it will go on for around 2 years. Yan. Hopefully.
Okay, well, Popeye's here.
Hello,
Easy man.
Papai.
Popeye the Sailor Man.
Did you eat spinach already?
Internet in Romania. Oh, I
Where's
can
the
only
chicken
imagine
little?
that.
Oh,
That's funny. But but yeah, just ask your cousins about the internet and cell phone plans in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure. Yeah, see, Professor Y. He's in Australia. Is your service pretty good, Professor Y? I would imagine it's pretty good in Australia as long as you don't go inland. Because it's funny, Australia, you look at all the cities are on the coast, but you go inland, there's like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I would think, man, I bet it would be tough to have a gas station in. When you try to drive across the country, you're screwed. You're not going to find a gas station.
oh
Take
my
your own
gosh, the
gas.
gas here in the Philippines has risen. The price has hiked up again. My gosh, I'd rather walk.
Gas is gas is more expensive here
Oh my gosh, yeah.
than it is in the U.S. In the U.S., you buy it by the gallon,
Mm.
which I don't know what the price of. Actually, Dick inside, what do you pay there in Louisiana for a gallon of gas?
Well, I pay for unleaded gas for. No, it's not gallons here. It's liters here.
Liters,
Sorry,
226. So
Liters.
he's
liters.
paying.
Around 52, 53 now.
I think 53. Depends. 52 to 53 pesos.
Yeah,
Depends on which station or whatever, whichever place
he's paying
the
roughly
that
a
station is
hundred.
located.
He's paying like roughly 110 pesos for a gallon, which a
Mm,
gallon is 3.8
what's the
liters.
conversion? Oh, it's a lot cheaper there.
Yeah,
Ang layo.
TV and internet
He's
157 a
paying
month.
gallons for
50 up, 50 down. There you go.
yeah, there it is.
He's paying. He's paying less than you are. He's
What
got cable.
what
He's got
happens
cable
if
and internet.
TV and internet a month.
yeah, I'm
50
not
up, 50
earning that
down.
much. We're not earning as much as you do. You guys do. We're just traveling more.
Yes, no, so price went up. Yeah, 280.
Traveling, eating, and then drinking coffee. Trying to smell the.
Chilling out more. Basically chilling out more.
Yeah, well, that's what I like about jeepneys.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I want to go to the other side of town, I think it's like 16 pesos.
Oh, that's quite
Oh, yeah.
long um long travel. So 16 pesos.
Yeah, which in the
Plus.
U.S., I mean, you're going to pay more than that for a tank of gas.
Mm,
Plus, you got to pay insurance on the car. You got to have, you got to do maintenance, oil changes, and things like that. Change the air filter out, and do general maintenance. It's actually cheaper here. I don't need a car here. It'd be nice for a long
mm.
trip because riding a bus does suck, but because the roads are so freaking bumpy, or the
Because you
buses.
don't go one because you don't go to a lot of places in a day, right, Baba?
Yes,
It's either you're gonna go out now and then you're gonna go to the mall and then you're gonna go home, right? Or
yes,
go to a
yeah, but
restaurant.
if I had a car, I probably would have been to Surigao by now.
Oh my
I'll be
God,
waiting for
yeah.
your sunbathing pictures, Baba.
You know,
My
who
friends came to Surigao.
who the hell wants to
Tan
ride a?
lines.
I mean, who the hell wants to ride on a bus or a van for that length of a period of time?
Well, it's easier to be a passenger than a driver. So,
Ano daw, ano daw?
and who
Nagsisisi.
wants to be in a bus ride for that long?
Mm.
So, but for me, it's easier to be a passenger than a driver for an 8-hour ride.
if you're used to riding the bus, it's no problem to you because
I just sleep.
you're just gonna go there, sit, and then sleep, and then treat that time as like you're in a hammock or something.
But
Yeah,
also
but
too, if you have to use the bathroom, it's so bumpy, man.
well,
You
can't
can't-
drink a lot of water
Remember, I'm a
or
guy,
you
so I
just
stand up. So it's like
on the
you're trying to
plants.
keep your balance and
Pee on
not
the
pee all
plants.
over yourself. Yeah, there's no shocks on the
You
buses.
just there are stopovers on gas stations or somewhere in the grassy land.
Okay. What's up, says?
Says style.
What up?
Yeah. Yeah, he has
What
a
up?
channel.
Wow. What the
He's
Hello,
from.
says.
says style?
Yeah, exactly. You got to worry about peeing all over yourself. Go to take a leak here
Well,
on the
you
bus.
don't drink a lot of water before you go. If you know that you're gonna ride a bus for that long.
Yeah, you damn sure
Definitely
don't
it
want.
has it has stopovers, but just in case, bring an empty bottle.
Or just find bushes or grassy areas in the surrounding. Ask the driver to stop by.
Oh, is that what you do?
At times. No, I'm just joking.
You can always use the garbage cans if they have one on there.
Yeah.
Worst cases. So there's that. It's a call of nature, so you can't do anything about it.
Just the desperate measures.
So
Yeah, I
rather
think.
than being inside the bus, so it's much way better to go outside and find your way out.
And be a natural fertilizer to the lovely plant.
Yeah, I agree. I think all the springs and shocks were stolen off the buses. It's sold for scrap metal.
Everyone thinks makes you. No,
Beside over.
you're gonna hide behind the
Probably
wheel.
if you are a white guy peeing on the roads, probably there will be a lot of people trying to take a picture of you, Baba. And you will be viral on the internet. I assure you.
Can't wait.
Be an
I can't
internet
wait
celebrity peeing on the
Yeah.
side of the road.
for that
Hey, I
reason.
know. Hey, I know you. You're that guy who was pissing on the side of the
For
road in the
that
Philippines.
reason. Oh my god. I wonder if that's famous or infamous.
I funny.
You can't imagine that's happening, right?
I can only imagine. It says it's always
For
busy. I
us too.
think.
Even for us.
And such.
Yeah. So how is business, ladies? Is it growing?
Yeah, it is growing, and the more it grows, the more we become busy.
Less time to travel and
The
have
more
fun.
Yeah,
yes,
our
yes, but perhaps
but our pockets are happy, so probably it's a win-win situation at times.
that's it. Yeah, says lives up in you see
Just
when
using
you're
it.
wow,
We're being in the tourist shot
that's an original
idea.
idea.
I can be
I
the
slow clap,
photographer,
slow clap. I can be
the videographer.
the
So we'll make a
it's a
series.
full on documentation, Baba. 7,107 islands.
yes,
I dare you.
I could do a video of me peeing on every island in the Philippines.
Oh my gosh.
Is that a dare or is that a yes?
I list that on your bucket list.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's my goal. Actually,
That's a
actually, just
cheap.
taking it further, I wanna pee in every country in Asia.
Oh.
Wow, that's a good one.
Yeah, get me some beer, all right. Oof,
You
pee in
Hogard
every town.
or all kinds of beer. Rooket.
It says lives in Angela City, right? Says. I think, if I'm not mistaken,
Killing
I
me.
have to pee on the wall.
You have to pee on the
Then
wall. Pee on everywhere. Fertilize those plants.
Well, as soon as Trump builds a wall, I can pee on that.
however, well, it's not a good idea.
Design the walls. This is
Showing
my wall. Design the walls.
with your pee. So probably it will be a masterpiece, the work of art. So Baba, the wall art of
The
peeing.
wall.
Pee your name on the wall.
Bubba
There
the
we
wall.
go. I can do that. Pee my initials on the wall. Just
Pee your name on
every
the wall.
country.
Oh
Oh,
boy. Pee your name on the wall. Very good video. I'm so excited. I'm the videographer.
You are, and everybody loves your channel. They said your travel videos are great.
That's crazy. Crazy videos. I would love to make another video when I travel. We're gonna travel a lot this year. I hope I can make videos or if I have time because ever since the start of January it has been really busy. Not probably not just for us, for a lot of people also, for you guys. So let's see if we have time.
so watch out for our next travel video. I'm pretty sure it's much more adventurous, and the bloopers will be funnier. So let's see.
Funny.
uh,
Funny.
uh, so, I guess
So
we should probably about wrap it up now. We've been on for over an hour.
wow.
That
So
was
how can we wrap up
awesome.
this China
Can
thing?
can we
Yeah,
wrap it
and
up or it's just an open
I think we'll just end
open
it
ending again?
open.
Well,
can
we
you
our
put the
plan to
girls'
be
channel on the? Yes.
impartial did not happen.
Shall we make the announcement
Okay.
about the page?
Okay.
Okay. As soon as Louis is done with
Hmm.
exams and school and stuff, we will have a Facebook page.
Yeah.
So you can kind of get to know them a little bit better. You probably don't want to get to know me better because
Baba is the star of our show.
you ladies are the stars, not me.
Mhm.
So,
We're
but
the
yeah,
English students. English language students.
yes, we're going to do a Facebook page, and we will all three be doing things with it. Equal access for the three of us. So uh,
Yeah.
you could learn about the deep thoughts of Ken, uh, the idiocy of Bubba,
True.
And the cooking.
and Louis' fantastic cooking skills.
Wow.
Wow. Can't wait to eat.
Yeah,
Let's see.
eating is
And
good.
eating is life.
And
And
Baba's peeing adventures.
yes, exactly. Oh no, you're not going to be any dick pics on there. You don't have to worry about that. Oh, not hardly. At least not of mine, anyway. No. Actually, I don't want to see
Please.
any dudes picked. So, and if anybody has any topic suggestions, please feel free to suggest them.
There's
Yeah.
gonna be an open forum for us guys.
It's open forum. And is there any dental questions before we close,
Yeah. We're very free to answer it.
or
Just put
even
some
general health questions?
Just not love questions.
It's
Can't
not what love question.
I
we can't
This is not.
answer it.
This
think
is not the love
you
section.
should be the one, Baba, telling us advices.
Love questions for Baba.
I was
Yeah.
just hearing from
Oh,
the side.
no, trust me. That's a show that I don't think we ever want to do.
Okay.
So
I
it's
imagine Baba giving us love advices.
He'd rather give us advice on how to pee everywhere.
uh is that a good deal?
What?
Says
Hmm?
I'm getting 6 cavities filled on Thursday. 600 per filling. Is it an okay deal? Yes, it's an okay deal. Probably the price of filling ranges from 500 to 1,000, depending on what kind of cavities that needs to be filled and what will be the material used.
They didn't give me an X-ray, so I kind of feel they're just lying about the cavities. Ah, yeah.
um,
If you're in doubt of that, go to a very go to a dentist who has a very good reputation. Pwede ba yun?
good work. Could you speak up, dear?
Sorry. If you're in doubt about your dental professional, probably ask for a referral because some cavities have arrested caries wherein it is colored but it's not cavitated. So
Okay.
too bad you're not here
Which is
for
a
us to
crown.
advise. That's it. But the price is just right. Depends on the whatever the uh PDA suggests. There.
EDA.
Philippine Dental Association,
PDA, Philippine Dental
Oh.
Association.
the national.
Regulating body.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. The
Mm-hmm.
dentist was cute. Yes, I will be going to the dentist tomorrow. I will be going and seeing. Oh man, what's her name? Man, is she hot too? The one who works for
But the
your
dentist was cute.
aunt. Yeah. That is one thing we gotta say we love about the Philippines. We go to the dentist. She's young and she's hot. In America, it's usually an old dude. So,
So that's what you're looking for. It's an old.
well, no, but I mean, going to the
Yeah.
dentist is never fun. But
Yeah, so
at least you can see some eye candy.
Well, we always get ang tawag doon?
mistaken.
We always get mistaken to be dental assistants.
True. Or
But once we
probably
speak and they feel that we know what we're talking about, they believe us. But we're so deceiving.
they thought that we are just 18 to 20 years old because of our look. But well, probably it's a compliment that we look young. It's very hard to convince patients if you look too young.
Okay. 4,000 for root canal. Man, that's less than $100. God,
Maasin.
shoot, my buddy spent $1,800 in Florida for a root canal.
Mm.
Oh,
It has it
God.
in that way in the Philippines. How young? I am 26 years old. I graduated around 22 to 23 years old. We studied for 6.5 years in college, and then we took the board exam. And then Louis got on she ano tawag dito? She got top 7 on the board exam. And then she's not happy
Blue?
because I'm not in the top 10. I'm top 10.5, I claim.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, we studied together for about a month.
yeah. But we just ate.
They 24 hours.
24 hours. Yes, and you. What time do you open your clinic?
We open at around 9, but we prefer appointed patients now.
Okay, because the walk-ins are
9
just
to
too
5.
much.
Mm-hmm. And we want to concentrate on the work. We don't want to make patient wait,
Okay,
or we
good.
don't want to hurry on what we're doing.
You want to type in your channel, what your channel is called,
Haha.
in the chat?
Okay, okay. It's kind of a mix. Wait a minute.
You're try-
Ano ba yun? Ganesha things. I think it's just my name.
Good dentist in
I,
Cebu. I think
good
I
dentist.
knew some. I knew friends in Cebu. Is it in Cebu City?
Thank you so much. Cebu City. Sino ba nandun?
Doc L. Near Santo Niño de Cebu Church.
Ay.
So,
Sorry.
did you go to church yesterday, Louis?
Yes, I went to the church around 6 p.m. Usually I go in the morning around 6 a.m. or 8 a.m. However, we overslept yesterday.
Oh, cool.
So we woke up around 8, had a coffee in the morning, ate breakfast, and rest in the afternoon.
I
So,
went to church yesterday.
what time did you go?
I went to St. Mattress,
Mm-hmm.
Reverend Pillow. Always a fantastic service.
Oh, wow. What time you usually went? You go for church?
St. Mattress, man, it's always a service. You don't get it. Saint Mattress,
Saint Match. I think.
Saint Mattress, Reverend Pillow. You get it now.
Saint Mattress.
Okay, that was a joke.
Hi. I just only got it.
That was a joke. Okay.
Yeah, Saint Mattress,
Hello.
Reverend Pillow.
Well, I went to there too.
I should go, but I
Yesterday.
don't. I'm not saying I don't need to. I do. I mean, I'm definitely not perfect. Far from it. But well,
Hmm.
anyway, it is what it is.
It is
It
what it
is
is.
what it is. And I stayed up. Plus, I stayed up. I was up late last night. Yeah, I watched some of that
Why?
game, and God, it was so depressing.
What game?
Pittsburgh and Jacksonville NFL playoffs. I have a
Mm.
link to where I could watch any U.S. sporting event.
Oh.
So,
Do we watch a lot of basketball?
yeah, I know. I noticed that here. They are very, very,
They're
very
fanatic
big
of
on basketball,
basketball, yeah.
and there's not much height here.
I think that's their what do you call it, pastime, or they're happy playing basketball and watching basketball,
Uh,
right?
What
No.
did you say? Okay.
So, well, basketball is a very big thing here in the Philippines. So, aside from boxing, so another the next big thing is basketball.
Well, Louie only goes to mall drafts because she wants to spot her crushes.
The good-looking guys, basketball players.
Fangirling.
oh, okay. Yeah, but the NBA is more popular here, I think, than the PBA.
Ah, yeah, but it's international, but PBA is local. But I knew some local players, and some are good looking. That's why we're watching now. But
Oh,
it's more of their skill. But it's more of their skill rather than their looks. But the skill is an additional.
yeah, I can relate to that. That's why I like watching like women's figure skating and women's gymnastics because I love the skills that they have.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they yeah, the flexibility that they have is very, very. That's funny.
I agreed to that message.
That's hilarious. Oh,
I don't know if that's a compliment or.
I think it's funny. Yeah, I don't get uptight over
I'll
2 minutes.
put that on your description.
Yeah, there you go. Leave that in the comment section on the video. Oh, that's funny.
So,
Oh,
bigyan mo rin ng description si Baba.
funny.
I told Louie to give you a description.
Yeah.
I think that's enough for today. I'll give it and then
Okay,
next
okay,
Monday
okay.
so that Papa
It
will.
doesn't get in his head.
Yes, exactly. And
Papa, you owe me one.
yes,
Just for
I
today.
do. And any
Papatanay.
and any suggestions on a topic for the show or discussion, open forum or whatever, please feel free to leave it in the comment section.
Yeah.
And please subscribe
Okay.
to Ken's channel
We're gonna
because Louis
yeah,
doesn't
if you
really
wanna
have
watch.
anything yet.
I have some videos on Ken's channel. So
Okay,
He always
there you
takes
go.
what do you call that?
a lot of
A lot
videos.
of videos.
But she's the one who's industrious doing the work.
Crazy.
That's why she's the one uploading it.
Yes. And where is your clinic located at, ladies?
It's located at Southwood City, Binian, Laguna. Just right past Alabang, 15 minutes from Alabang. Go and visit us. Just right in front of the Southwoods Mall.
That's right. And thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm Bubba, and
I'm Ken.
And I'm Louie.
thank you for tuning in. And we will see you next Monday. I hope everybody has a great week, and may the sun be shining wherever you may be. And
Wherever you may be.
stop and enjoy
Sorry,
life.
Baba.
Have a little fun.
Be everywhere.
Yes, pee everywhere. Just don't pee on the Alamo. That didn't work out well for Ozzy. So
Alright.
take care, everybody.
Take
Okay.
care. Good
Bye.
night.